Yes, thanks for staying with us. There is an online report that quoted a senator representing Ondo South Senatorial District, Mr. Yele Omogunwa, saying that corruption in Nigeria should be legalized. According to him, corrupt politicians and public officials will have no reason to hide their loot abroad, at least to stay in Nigeria. He added that legalizing corruption is a good way of curbing it since it has eaten deep into the fabric of the nation. Do you agree with him? Call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so you can read your tweets. Thinking about the fact that we are constantly trying to recover loot, Abacha loot for many years, we are still recovering from the US. US will be giving us conditions. If you could legalize it, at least the money will be here. Well, they won't have to run away with the money.
It reminds me of a joke that was on social media that, insecticide is now selling for 1,000 naira or something. Are you sure we will not find a way to live amicably with mosquitoes? That's what this reminds me of. When you look at it, corruption is endemic. Yeah. It's everywhere. Shouldn't we just legalize it? Yeah. Same thing with the US. Everybody takes MJ. We might as well just make it legal. Yeah. I think that that's not the right thinking solution to any problem. What is wrong is wrong. What is right. As a member of our legislative sector, that you have the opportunity to undo most of the channels of corruption. This is the least of the solution you could come up with, legalizing it. When there are other things, there are obvious loopholes within our rules, within our laws, within our system that can easily be blocked with you channeling a new law or amending the laws on ground. This is, I think that the people from the state should recall him. Because it shows that probably the guy is a... Should we give the statement a bit more thought than just discarding it that way? Because he might make some...
I thought about it a lot.
Might make some sense.
Like, if you can't win them, join them. That's the kind of solution that it seems like. But then again, corruption is such a broad word. Stealing is corruption. Padding is corruption. They tell you to buy something, you buy it. No, not buying is corruption. You buy and then declare false receipts is corruption.
Substandard products.
Corruption is so broad that if you say let us legalize corruption, then we become a state without laws.
There was no thought to that statement, my dear.
Because, for instance, even a governor thinking that he has a right over the citizens is some form of corruption. Because what it ought to be is that you are a public servant and the citizens have a right
over you.
So when you say legalize corruption, he's just saying legalize stealing.
Legalizing itself is broad because we don't even know which angle we are legalizing here. Because if I'm saying that if you give me a job and I inflate it, and I'm saying okay, legalizing means that you can only inflate it up to 5%.
We already have that.
Okay, that's VAT. That's VAT. I'm just saying the maximum you can inflate your budget to because of you need to settle some people is maybe
okay. 20%. We should give room for settlement.
You should you put that in your legal.
We don't have that.
We don't have a legal room for settlement whereby I can collect contract from Uwa and I say okay, the government said I can legally settle you, so out of the contract I give you 1 million.
Yes, that's legalizing it. So we know that okay, 10% of it or 50% goes to settlement. No problem. It's in the budget. You understand?
The second half of that statement saying that money going abroad. So it clearly shows that this is a way of saying let's legalize so that our politicians don't have to take this money. Because you see, they can't even carry the money abroad anymore. You know, they've blocked all the avenues for taking money abroad. So let us, since we cannot take it abroad, legalize so that we can keep our money within the country. I totally don't agree with it. Okay, I think you should be recalled as a senator.
Okay, let me hear you.
This one just makes me laugh.
You're never going to do.
Sadly, this is what the real problem of our nation is. When you cannot explain something, you tend to mystify it. Corruption that he's referring to or stealing that he's referring to, is it something that is unsurmountable? That's the question I want to ask him. You know, or insurmountable rather. Is that the question? That's the question I want to ask him. So you cannot just come out and say that it should be legalized. So because your child is stubborn and your child is doing all sorts of things, you now say, I beg, please,
free him.
Just, you know, I mean...
you're now officially a stubborn child.
You are now officially a stubborn child. You have not bothered to check the root cause of how that child got to that point where he or she is at, where that you are complaining. We didn't start, the corruption did not start today. It started and there's a deep-rooted, problem that we have. So what this tells me is that this man and whoever his advisors, they are not even ready to even solve the problem of corruption. It means that in the next 20 years, we'll still be singing the same song of corruption. Because if you have the kind of mind that you have and you are representing a state, then there's a big problem.
But it seems our leaders might be bereft of ideas.
That's what we are saying. So if you don't have ideas, why can't you look for people that would solve the problem instead of saying legalizing it?
But let me see, let me hear Adedoyin. Adedoyin, thanks. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Hello, ladies in the house.
Good morning.
Good morning. Jumoke, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, yes. Concerning this issue of this Senator Omogunwa, I don't know where he's actually coming from, but the truth is, I don't know. I don't know the perspective he's trying to look at corruption per se. How can a senator in the Federal Republic of Nigeria come out and utter a silly, unbearable statement that corruption should be legalized? So that means the total fight against corruption should be truncated. How can you as a senator, don't we have power to recall back our senators? And what is happening in this country?
All right, thank you very much. I don't want us to all just, as I said, yes, when you say it on the face value, it doesn't make sense. But if you think about it a bit
on
more,
any value,
I hear you, and I agree with you to some extent. But think about how much money or how many years it's taking us to get Abacha loot back. Even in the papers today, AGF was saying that.
But there's already a system in place that does not allow them to take money outside the country.
So why can't we find a way such that, okay, you've looted money, and we're saying, listen, we'll not arrest you, this money, this percentage goes to.
Murayo, there is no way.
You sound ridiculous because
there's no
way you want to trace this.
I'm trying to make sense.
Because the government has already put in place that you cannot even take funds out of the country anymore. So if they make that process tighter, then ensure there's no way that money will go out of the system.
I am part Ondo. My mom is from Ondo State, so I can. Okay, well, my mom is from Ekiti State.
We're hanging there. Let me take this call.
Let me link.
Ekiti State. Let me take this call. Usman, I believe.
Hello.
Thank you, Usman. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Good morning, ladies. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Please, I want to comment on the issue of NLC.
NLC, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that call is uncalled for, and they are necessary overhating the policy. The president has handed over to an acting president. Yes. He is on vacation. He is not under any obligation to call. Because and you cannot equate it with that of Eradua to say that Eradua, that's what happened to Eradua. The president has given a date on which he will return back. Yeah. So we have to wait on that date. If he did not return back, that is when we start raising issues. Then that is when we'll be expecting him to now call and say, yes, I'm still alive. Exactly. But for now, please, we should allow him to enjoy his vacation. Let's wait for that date. Period. Eradua, there was no date when Eradua will come back. That is why there were a lot of speculation and all that. Thank you very much, Usman. Appreciate your call.
Going back to the senator's call, like I said, people of Ondo State, the specific region where he's from, should recall him. And because it makes you wonder that if a senator is thinking like this, what exactly else would he be doing there that would favor you as a people? The current population right now are suffering based on corruption. Our health sector, a lot of money has been pumped into it. Power sector, a lot of money has been pumped into it. The reason we're not seeing the result of all the money being pumped into these sectors is because of corruption. So the solution isn't what he's suggesting.
So why don't we call him and ask him
what he meant?
Okay.
Maybe that's
better. I
think
he needs to explain himself better, or his people should take Dr. advice. But for me, 3 reasons why there's corruption. One is lack of welfareism. We're an impoverished nation where the leaders sit on top and share amongst themselves our collective wealth. Therefore, people are impoverished. You're working in the ministry for 35 years and you're seeing pensioners on the queue dying and fainting. You're going to try to help yourself. That's why there's corruption in the system. Now, we need to correct that. Rather than legalizing corruption and making us a state of lawlessness, meaning that everyone will be killing themselves to get into power because corruption is now legalized. So when I get there, I can steal my own money. We should make sure that Nigerian money goes round. So the things that we need to do, like creating infrastructure for individuals to do their own business, like
and
power,
flourish.
Then education, healthcare system. A Nigerian, if you have a hole in your heart, there's a probability that you will die if you're not in government. Do you understand? So the welfare that will ensure that every Nigerian thrives is what we need to start to do. So all these senators, for instance, we should cut their salary to minimum wage first. Let's start from there.
Okay, let's take Comrade's call. Comrade, are you there?
Level 17.
Minimum wage.
Comrade, are you there?
17,000.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
How are you?
Very good. Go ahead. We can hear you, Comrade. Please
Hello,
go ahead.
good morning. Morayo, how are you?
Morning. Go ahead. Thanks for calling.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies. How are
Good
you?
morning.
Good morning.
First time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I want to respond to that Momo issue. It's like many people doesn't know what Buhari did when he was a president. When Buhari was a president, military president,
Head of
then,
state.
you know, he convicted so many governors, sentenced all of them to 100 years, and their children have grown up to become politicians today. How do you think he will strive? He cannot. And many of them are in the Senate House. Even Saraki is one of them. So, my dear, there is a lot of things under the water. Please, Nigerians
I'm so
should be very
happy.
careful.
I didn't hear what you
God
I'm
bless
happy
you.
with what the
Mariah.
because
Thank you, Comrade.
because
Took
that's
it
the
further.
exact point I wanted to say. I said that thing he said, Nigeria should not take it like a joke because he understands that the system is not ready for this corruption fight. That is why he would have the boldness to make that kind of a statement. If most of these people that are corrupt, they understand the loopholes, they know where they can hit hard and nobody would question it. So that's why they have the audacity to issue some certain kind of statement that they make. So what we need to do is, as Nigerians, let's fight for tightening up the system in Nigeria that is bigger than any human being. So it's not a function of, because even if you send me to jail today, tomorrow my children will rise up and the corruption, look at it now, all the children, they are doing bigger things than what the parents
Let's
did.
take some tweets.
Quickly, Oladeji Dare caller says, ladies, don't worry about these senators. We have learnt our lesson. 2019, they will come back. Efete says, as someone says beside me, corruption is illegal in Nigeria and is already these streets. We'll be finished if it were legal. Camille says, though I have not read it or seen it on the screen, but if it is true, it's a big slap on this country for a
we need to round
supposed
up.
distinguished.
But I think if we get an opportunity to call the senator,
Well,
to
that's
understand
here.
exactly, because I have a feeling, I mean, these guys are there for a reason,
Misquoted.
and I'm sure he has a reason for
Might
saying
be.
that. So maybe we never know. We might actually hear him out and get his own side of the story. But
Senator,
we're just
come
saying-
and explain
we're just
yourself.
speaking based on the face value of what that means. That statement means. All right,
You are
let's
seeing the
take
system.
a break now. When we come back, our celebrity guest takes the couch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
I would love to tell a story of a land where it was strange. Get a rose and claim its glory at the end of the day. Oh, I long to tell a story of the African rain. And too tired of blaming slavery for the act sheep and the pain. So stand up, cause you've been sleeping for too long. Over 1 billion people have got their ropes in your reins.
All right. We will let you continue like this. We'll just forget. Thanks for staying with us. We have Olugbe Tokumbo Olaolu Akingbogun, known as GT the Guitarman. He's a musician, as you know. GT is well known for his flawless falsetto and enviable guitar skills. He carved a niche for himself in the Nigerian music industry with songs like Dreams, Truly, and etc. He has won so many awards. Welcome to the show, GT the Guitarman. Goodness, that was good music.
Well, thanks. I mean, it feels good to be in the midst of such brilliant, intelligent women. I mean, I watch your views.
Oh,
yeah, definitely. And so I'm a big fan of you.
Oh, nice.
This just got us. We just melted. The whole you do this for women, like your girlfriend. You know.
I have
Are you
a
married?
wife.
Oh, sorry. You're married. Congratulations. That's true. I remember you got married.
Yeah.
So do you do this for her and singing and all that?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, my wife doesn't really. Maybe she's tired of sometimes when you have something, you don't really know the value. When you have it too much,
So you have to.
You just take it for granted.
You've been like scarce,
Yeah.
The scene. So
yes.
what's been happening?
Well, what's been happening? A whole lot. I delved into some other things aside music, and I took a break like 2 years. I mean, when I left Storm Records, I started my own company. But like every young entrepreneur in Nigeria, we all need an enabling environment to succeed. But then it was really difficult. I mean, things I thought would be easy, they were hard. Things I thought would be hard, they were so easy. So I thought of, okay, let me take a break. But I'm back.
Wow, good to have you back.
GT, you play beautiful Nigerian music.
Thank you.
Right? You're fantastic on the guitar. We'll go back to how you started. But I wanted to hinge on that you were at Storm Records for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because they bought into your vision. I mean, this beautiful music, every Nigerian is going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you never blew. Like that. So why do you think this is? Because there are people who appreciate your music. Why do you think that you never hit the A class?
Well, we can blame that on a whole lot of other things like management, because I mean it's really not just about music. There's management. There's having the right environment to push the kind of music that you do.
Were you supported by the media?
Yeah, like I said, when I started Emba, my company, I had a lot of support from the media. Things I thought would be easy, they were hard. Like I said, people shot free videos for me. But now coming back, I'm like, okay, I don't want any free stuff. Whatever I want now, I want to pay for it. I mean, because you can't really get quality free. So the Nigerian music industry is really complicated, like Nigeria itself.
Well, you see, the thing is, with your style of music and the words that comes out of your mouth. I mean, it's not the style of music that we have today. A lot of people, if you don't have girls almost naked in the videos and all that, there's also that societal cultural change that has happened.
Yeah.
So how do you intend to break that? Because I still, people like us still love your music, but you still have to connect with those kind of people. So what's your strategy? Yeah.
Okay, first, I mean, even when I took a break, the reason why I had to say, okay, I'm coming back, is because even the 2-year break, it wasn't like a break at home, because I was still doing weddings, I was still doing, people
who know you.
Yeah, I still get calls for events, and I would tell you, I've been married for like 9 months, and I was a businessman prior to that. And I mean, my manager called me and he was like, GT, we need to get back out there. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. And for 9 months, I've been surviving off music alone. I've not even, because even doing business right now in Nigeria, so it's been music all the way. And I can tell you that this last year, 2016, happened to be like the biggest year musically ever since I started. I made a lot of money compared to other years. It's funny.
Because I think you did the one in Lagos, right?
Yeah, I did one Lagos.
And
I did a couple of.
GT.
Yeah.
You started music from church as a young boy.
No. I was never a part of the choir.
Oh, your sister introduced you?
Yes.
Okay. So, but then you went to LASU to read economics. Why?
Well, you would want to play safe, obviously.
Oh, something to fall back on.
Yes, exactly. You want to play safe. You want to say education is important. And even me starting my entrepreneurial side now, but pushing that out, it's a function of the fact that it's trying to say, okay, I studied economics, what can I do with it, so
why did you read music?
I want to ask you, she touched on it, commercial music.
Yeah.
We like the shocky and all those bang bang bang, everybody you can dance to.
Yeah.
You sing soul, you sing songs we rock to. Nigerians have so many things stressing us out. We just want to let go. We don't want to hear the lyrics. We just want to hear the beat and then just...
Very true.
So do you intend to, because I read an article where you said you're here to make the money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you intend to go commercial?
mainstream.
Because you see that Nyanya left this, Praise left this.
We started the movement for that already.
You know, all of them, they've left you alone in the matter.
Very true, very true. We started the movement already. Some part of me just want to do the soul music, want to pass the message to people. But then the last song I released is called Wire the Money. And yeah, it's very different from what they know GT for. Okay. But still, when I'm here, I cannot even say DJ track one. Even while I just released Wire the Money, and I performed at the One Lagos thing. And still, I was still playing my guitar with my band because it's just so hard for me to.
Let me ask you, how do you compose your music? How do you get those lyrics? So, do you just sit down and write them, or you talk to somebody, or how do you do it?
I'm very tuned to my environment, and it's like conversation for me, you know. And yeah, that's what it is. I'm very tuned to my environment.
So,
I write based on what I feel and what people are feeling.
We sort of grew up together in the same area.
Yeah, true.
And I always felt a little bit strange that the environment is totally different from who you are and who I am. How did you bring yourself out of that place without becoming them?
Please, those of us that don't know, can you?
Okay, so it's like a barrack. We grew up in, like, it's a barrack, it's an estate. There are people in our area that are Agberu collecting Owole within that grew up that same place. So it takes. I wanted to know what he did, because I know what I did to get out of there. What did he do to get out of thinking that mindset?
I think having role models like Tai Sholari, I graduated from Mayflower Secondary School, and I think that was the starting point for me. That kind of changed my opinion about life and a whole lot of other things. I think one of the problems we have in Nigeria is that people, the majority, can I say dumb? Yeah, which is the truth. We have a lot of problems in Nigeria. And when you're different, in a good way, you're
seen to be.
You are hard, and it's really strange. And even when people are saying they want to protest, I'm like, okay, here we go again. Will this work? Because even democracy in Africa now, it's about choosing and it's about numbers. We have the Yoloja, the Northerners that want to kill, blah blah blah. The larger chunk of people want to vote for the wrong person.
Interestingly, I was reading Michelle Obama's interview, was saying, and I think I posted it on my page, was saying that if you want smart leaders, you need smart voters. So people must go from being dumb, like you said, to smarter, understand exactly what we need. And as a smart voter,
my husband always makes a statement, sorry Jumoke, that don't underestimate the gathering of
foolish people
in large numbers, because
they can sway the wise few.
So it will just floor any wisdom you think you have.
And I think this affects even the buying power of music. Now, once you started playing your guitar, I did not want you to stop.
Yes.
It was peaceful. It just took away all the worries. It brought calmness. This is what we need.
We are a minority.
It is what we need. But the people who are buying on the streets, who are making them sell this kind of music at 150 naira, they don't know this. So, and then the producers and the promoters will say, they are asking for, the marketer is saying we should go and bring the dugba, and make such a musician do the dugba. Meanwhile, this is what we all need.
But it's a market anyway. If you see that a larger chunk want to hear this, if you want to do music business, then you have to try to sell at the end of the day.
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we still have GT the Guitarman. Hopefully, he can play some Serere for us. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, what's your take on pirates? Because when you do so much work, you do a lot of composing of your music, and you take a lot to do a video, and somehow pirates just take it over. How have you been able to, or what are your thoughts on that? Because I know it's not just you, it's the entire industry, but what are your thoughts on?
At a point, you have to choose between popularity and making money. And there is no structure for making money. So you have to choose popularity. And I mean, the strategy that most of these guys are using is they are in the face of everyone. And with that amount of, how do I put it, publicity, they will be called upon. That's for every event. So piracy in some ways in Nigeria right now, with what we have, they are meeting a particular need. You know,
you have just decided to turn the pepper into pepper soup.
Well, it's a form of promotion, because when these guys, I mean, we actually pay to be on this CDs,
mixtape.
You know, we pay to be on the mixtapes, and it's about the structure, like I said.
Are you, recently, you were part of that meeting with the Lagos State government.
Yes, I was.
You know, and they are doing big things in the entertainment industry. They want to support. You know, I saw the governor talking to entertainers, and you were part of that meeting. Can you tell us, you know, what you took up from that? Yeah, what you took from, and what are your expectations from them?
Expectations. Yes. Well, for me, I was really shocked, you know, to have someone. Not like I've always known that the governor is very, very intelligent, but then the fact that he understood where we were coming from. I mean, he said he actually sponsored a few artists, and nothing really came out of it, but he's still passionate about it. I was really happy to have a governor like Governor Ambade, and the support alone and the vision, and I think that's what you get when you have leaders who, and aside being visionaries, I think he's young. He's young, and the fact that his ideas are not...
His ideas are young.
They're fresh.
Okay. Let me take Nehemiah. Nehemiah from the corridor, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
I just have a question for you guys.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to know, sir, what talent, skills, and opportunity do you possess that supports your desire to do what you're doing now?
What skill? How did you learn?
Talent and skills.
Okay.
Did you learn to support your desire?
Well, you have to learn how to play an instrument, but right now it's not compulsory in Nigeria right now.
And it's DJ track auto-tune.
But then, I mean, I had to train myself on how to sing better than I was singing. So, I mean,
how did you learn to play the guitar?
Yes, exactly what I was going to ask. Tell us about your guitar.
I'm a self-taught guitarist.
Really? So you just picked up the guitar and started?
No. I mean, it's a long story.
Okay.
I learned from reading books and surfing the internet.
Do you have a favorite guitar? Because when Senadi came on, I think he Splash was talking about his favorite guitar, which one of them was auctioned off recently. Do you have that one that just...
I pray I get to that point when I can buy like 200 guitars and have a favorite. I only have like 4.
So they're all your favorites.
Yeah, all my favorite.
That's good. That's nice.
So
really nice.
What's the future for you and your music? What do you hope to do starting from this new year, 2017?
I mean, last year was a big shock. And I believe this year is going to be bigger. I'm working on shooting videos, and I believe that the people want to hear GT, and I've seen that. I see that all the time. Driving through the street of Lagos, people still want to talk to GT. Where have you been? I get to hear that a lot. So I'm back, and we're going to try as much as possible.
In the works?
Well, yes, we're working on it. But I'm back and I'm working on correcting some of the mistakes I've made.
All right, I have Anthony. Anthony from Ijebu. Anthony, morning. Are you there?
Hello, good morning. How are you, ladies?
Very good. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good to hear you. Titi, well done. I've been your fan for a while, wonderful time. Your Facebook friend.
Wow.
And I appreciate the song. I appreciate the one you did with this lady Asha way back long time ago. Well done.
Thank you.
The work you guys are doing, you are doing fine.
Right.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Let's talk about your wife.
Yeah.
How is she doing? How's she 9 months? How's she coping with you?
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. That's all I can say. being married, it's a different ball game entirely. And,
tell us about it now.
Abi, that's what I thought. Is that another 9 months in the waiting?
Yeah, so I read something that you're expecting.
Fatherhood is another amazing journey. I mean, the first day I held
your
my
father?
Yes.
Congratulations.
My daughter actually clocked 5 months 2 days ago. The first day I held her, I was like, okay, so I'm supposed to love this girl. that feeling, and I'm like, okay, what if I don't get to love her? But it grew in a very funny way, and it's almost like when I look at her and I'm like, I want to squeeze you.
Any embarrassing situation for you? Anything you've done that's just...
You mean...
you as a father or as a person?
Has the baby fallen from your hand before?
Yes, once. Once. I and my wife, we were playing chess, which is one game we love. We were playing chess and we practically forgot that the baby was behind us on the bed. And
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You arrested?
No.
It was really. I was really pissed, and we had a moment where we were passing blame. It was a funny moment.
Don't worry, you go.
And I think that was the only time we fought.
Been there.
I beg, it happens. I'm so happy to know that you're redirecting into the new. Trying to be more commercial.
Yeah.
But we always say that, we've had entertainment people say that there's life after music. So I know that your song is timeless. However, do you have a plan of when I leave this music, when I step out of being in the forefront of being a musician, maybe I want to mentor, maybe I want to have a record label, I want to do another business?
It's cool to teach people how to play the
guitar. Well, a lot of things in the works, but the country always has a way of limiting your ideas. But then when I left music for 2 years, I was doing stuff. I worked at. I mean, I did a lot of stuff that I don't want to mention.
We need you to play some music for us. Yes. We're rushing out of time, so let's.
Yeah. Okay. Baby, my beautiful lady, you got it waiting in my mind. It dante where we done day. I no one ever leave your side, and now you I see when everybody walk on you believe any day anywhere that now you forgive me pampa me like your mama now you honey yeah anything I could about me I look you on me ain't funny bimbari emele so rara yeah bimbari o me je rara anything I could about me I look you on me ain't funny bimbari emele so rara yeah bimbari o me
I'm gonna be a backup singer.
Very good one. You're not hungry.
Please, all these people that are doing shows, call our man. He's doing well.
May I take one tweet quickly? Yes. GT, now very good start. That is from Tariq Rules. You all need to listen to the Champion remix he did with Pipe, Nato, and Mama Iyabo. Any duets in the making?
Yeah. Working on a few.
Collabos are the thing, man.
All right, we gotta roll. Thank you very much, GT, for coming. We appreciate you being here today. Hope you had fun on the show.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks, ladies. Yeah. That's all we can take on the show today. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, you can watch a repeat at 9 p.m. tonight. Have a lovely weekend. See you Monday.
Bye-bye.
Now you can stop admiring yourself.